The Last Broadcast. In 1997, a man calling himself A74 hijacked a tiny internet radio station for exactly 17 minutes. At first, it sounded harmless. Static, distorted breathing, random numbers. Then listeners realized something was wrong because the numbers matched real missing person reports from across different countries. The stream suddenly cut to a recording of someone screaming underwater before vanishing forever. Years later, people tracked the original server and found the building abandoned with all the equipment still running, despite the electricity being disconnected for months. But here's where it gets worse. Archived copies of the stream began appearing online with slight differences. New screams, new numbers. Some listeners claimed the numbers predicted disappearances before they happened. Nobody ever found out who A74 was, and every attempt to trace the signal ends the same way. Dead links, corrupted files, and strange emails sent to investigators containing only one sentence. Stop listening while you still can. The hidden website. Most people think the dark web is impossible to fully map, but one hidden site terrified even experienced hackers. It was known only as Blank Room. No homepage, no images, just a black screen asking one question. Do you want to see the truth? Clicking yes opened random video feeds from empty rooms around the world. Some looked abandoned, while others showed people sleeping, unaware they were being watched live. The real danger started when users noticed details changing after each visit. Objects moved, windows opened. Sometimes the rooms suddenly matched the viewer's own house. Internet forums exploded with theories, but every thread discussing Blank Room mysteriously vanished within hours. Then, investigators discovered something disturbing. The site wasn't hosted anywhere. No server, no owner. It appeared online without existing physically on the internet. Some users claimed the site contacted them directly through private messages after visiting, sending photos taken from inside their homes. Most people assumed it was an elaborate hoax until several users disappeared completely after posting screenshots online. The Deep Search Engine. Search engines are designed to organize the internet, but one experimental project accidentally indexed something nobody could explain. Engineers created a crawler capable of accessing forgotten pages buried beneath decades of dead websites. At first, it recovered harmless things like old forums and abandoned blogs. Then it started finding pages that should not exist. Websites dated years into the future, news reports about disasters before they happened, videos uploaded by people who were still alive years later. One page simply showed a live countdown timer with no explanation. The real horror came when researchers searched their own names. The engine returned detailed death records, exact locations, and timestamps predicting when they would die. Some dismissed it as generated nonsense until one engineer died exactly where the engine predicted only 3 days later. Panic spread through the project. Researchers tried deleting the crawler, but copies kept reappearing on disconnected systems. Eventually, the entire experiment vanished from public records. But fragments of the engine still appear online late at night, usually on dead forums with one warning repeated over and over. Never search yourself. The Smiling Webcam. In the early days of webcam chat rooms, one user became infamous for appearing silently in random calls. No username, no microphone. Just a man sitting perfectly still in a dark room with an unnaturally wide smile stretched across his face. At first, people thought it was performance art, but strange patterns quickly emerged. Every person who encountered the smiling man reported severe nightmares afterward. Some described seeing him standing at the end of their bed during sleep paralysis episodes. Others claimed their webcams activated by themselves days later. But here's the problem. The man never reacted no matter what people said. He only stared directly into the camera without blinking. Internet detectives traced hundreds of appearances linked to the same IP address, yet the location constantly changed between countries within seconds. One archived chat recording became especially disturbing because viewers noticed something hidden in the darkness behind him. Another smiling face slowly moving closer throughout the entire video. The final frame showed both faces inches from the camera before the recording corrupted permanently. The Forgotten Forum. Buried beneath layers of abandoned websites was a forum nobody remembered creating. It had no advertisements, no login system, and almost no activity except for one thing: daily posts describing disasters before they occurred. At first they were small events: car crashes, power outages, missing pets. Then the predictions became terrifyingly accurate: major fires, terror attacks, plane failures. Each post appeared exactly 24 hours before the event happened. Governments quietly investigated after discovering several posts contained classified details never released publicly. But this is where the mystery deepened. The account posting the warnings belonged to users who had died years earlier. Their profiles remained active long after death, continuing to upload detailed predictions every single day. Some investigators believed someone was hacking dormant accounts, but the timestamps created an impossible problem. Many posts were uploaded while the original account owners were confirmed dead in hospitals or morgues. Eventually, the forum disappeared entirely, except for occasional screenshots shared online by terrified users who claim they saw tomorrow's headlines before they happened. The Red Room Signal. The internet has always been filled with rumors about hidden live streams called Red Rooms, but one case became so disturbing that investigators refused to discuss it publicly. Users discovered a private stream broadcasting strange experiments performed in complete darkness. The audience could vote on what happened next using anonymous commands in the chat. At first it looked fake because the video quality was terrible and the people on camera never spoke. Then viewers noticed details no stage production could replicate. Real emergency broadcasts interrupted in the background. Genuine timestamps matching current events. The stream only appeared randomly for a few minutes before disappearing again. But the real terror came from the sound. Hidden beneath the static was a low-frequency tone that caused headaches, nausea, and panic attacks in people wearing headphones. Several users claimed they continued hearing the tone long after closing the stream. Some reported hallucinations. Others disappeared from forums entirely after obsessively searching for the signal again. The final archived recording ends with the camera pointing into darkness as a voice, one sentence almost too quietly to hear: "You were never supposed to find us,"